I feel this video deserves a bit of a forward because so many events have happened since I filmed this. So before the Russians invaded Ukraine, I took my mom to Chernobyl for her 69th birthday. It was a crazy experience, and now watching and editing the footage, it's just kind of crazy seeing that everything that they told us not to do on the tour is what the Russians did. You know, don't dig at the hot spots while the Russians dig in the red forest, make trenches and make themselves sick. So I have no idea when this place is going to open for tourism again, but here's the video. Hopefully you guys can enjoy it, and I hope it opens up again sometime soon. This is music to my ears. Listen to all the Geiger counters going off. Do you like this? Do you find a good one over there? What's your number?
I've got up to like 17 over here.
17? Okay, I like 17. These tours generally start very early, so everyone's here with like some coffee or some like 2-liter Monster drink or something like that.
Together.
Yeah. Yep.
Series of detonations.
Are you excited?
Go off in the core of the reactor.
I'm excited.
We're tired because it's very early. We got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. But these are big, like tons of people on this tour, and we're watching some movie about what happened.
On the surface of the plug, cracks begin to appear.
First checkpoints, and you know, I was here 5 years ago, and this has been way more commercialized. We now have like a kiosk even, you can buy like various things, and this definitely wasn't here before. I wanted to say a little bit about radiation because this is important as well. So there's all kinds of forms of radiation, even like, you know, my cell phone is emitting radiation, the sun is giving radiation, and what we have to worry about is ionizing radiation. And what that means is that these are particles that are going with enough energy that they can knock electrons off of atoms and molecules, ionizing them, and usually they're going at least at 1% of the speed of light. Now, this is a scary term, but it's not necessarily bad. It depends how much of it you're getting. So even just like in daily life, you're getting some amount of ionizing radiation. And I checked, you know, before, right, it's 0.12 microsieverts an hour roughly in Kyiv and a lot of places. And so it just depends how much. So it's a matter of a rate per hour, so it's a cumulative dose. And what you get here is much less than you're going to get, say, on an airplane. We just crossed into the exclusion zone, and we're reading like 0.12 to 0.14 microsieverts an hour roughly. And this is totally safe. For point of reference, anything around 0.3 and up usually means there's some sort of event, but even then, that's really nowhere near being dangerous. We stopped off at the abandoned village of Zalisi. There were 3,000 people that lived here. I think they said something like the last person here died in 2015.
2015, because they didn't want to leave.
So I think this might be an abandoned playground with some swings. I'm not sure. It's a bunch of abandoned buildings. Yeah, look at this. You want to go on the swing set? No. Oh, what can hurt me? The thorns. Yeah, there's some thorny bushes. There's some insects buzzing in my ear around the fruits on the ground. It said not to eat the apples here, so we're not going to pull a BioNerd 23 on this one. Yeah, no, this is cool. Sorry. So this is probably not safe to go down. It's freaky with a smile on it. And we're getting up to about 0.19 microsieverts an hour. Is anyone hungry?
Yeah.
You want a Chernobyl? Oh, that's so cute. Oh, it's like a monarch butterfly.
My passport?
Oh, don't touch anything on the ground.
No, my passport.
You have to discard it. It's radioactive now. That's one of the dangers. The radiation in the background is not a danger at all, but it's a matter of getting like a little particle of dust and ingesting it, and then you're screwed. We need to get back to the bus, but just kind of showing that there's all these houses where people used to live, and we're not allowed to go inside them. But you can imagine all the people living here in this village, and you know, there's many villages that were affected.
And leaving everything behind.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, also the people here weren't really even told about this for like several days. So they got a huge amount of radiation while they're waiting before they're being evacuated. It's in front of colorful Lenin with a colorful tie.
I don't like that man.
You don't like him?
I want Nikita Khrushchev.
You like Khrushchev more,
Yes,
yeah. Look at this huge thing up here. This is the Dugo 1 antenna, and we actually passed this area. Is supposed to be like a children's summer camp or something, they claimed. This was to keep spies out. The idea was that they're supposed to be testing to see if missiles were coming in. So they basically, the Earth is curving, and it's kind of difficult to see some things over the horizon. So they were bouncing, I think, was it radar? I'm trying to remember what exactly off the ionosphere. Something, I'll put it in the subtitles. So this was to detect nuclear weapons coming in, and was actually producing a lot of interference. That's why they called the woodpecker. It was like that click, 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 click on shortwave radio. So everyone knew about it. They were able to triangulate the location, and they had to, ask them to stop. And they're like, "Oh no, there's no such thing here." And they're like, "Nope, no, we're going to take a picture of it. This is real. This is an actual thing." And they claimed it was, I think, some sort of weather detection system, not actually military.
Right.
The most impressive structures I've ever seen. When I was here 5 years ago, we went here and just look at. It's that tall, but it keeps going for I think something like 250 meters. They said. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So when I saw the Eiffel Tower in Paris, okay, the Eiffel Tower is taller than that, but it was nowhere near as impressive on foot because this just keeps going and going and going. And I guess it's hypothetically possible to climb that. You can find some videos of people doing that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you're going to do it, right?
No.
Just because we're a little tired because we only got a little bit of sleep. Otherwise we do it.
we would, yeah, right.
Yeah, otherwise, no problem. Your birthday cake's up there. So see the very top, I put the birthday cake up there a few days ago, so you can
That's
get
what
it.
kids in summer camp did.
Climb the
Climb the tower. Of
Yeah.
course.
It's on the 70th floor.
Oh,
They were telling us the radiation would be a little higher here, and I'm only seeing about 0.25 microsieverts an hour. Literally the worst porta potty I've ever been in my entire life. I am not going to open this up and show it. Well, you want me to?
yeah.
Okay, we'll
Do it,
probably
do
cut
it.
this from the video, but just you probably don't want to actually see it.
Oh, I smelled it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So someone shit on the toilet seat, and it's completely diarrhea brown on the inside. It is.
Oh.
Mom's woken up a little bit too. That's a tough thing about these tours. Like you're walking on like 12 hours long the whole tour, and then like you get up early, you don't get to sleep very much, and then the bus kind of goes straight, rocks back and forth, puts you to sleep like your little baby in a crib. So
Or a small child in a summer camp.
Plan to go to Alaska in August. I canceled my trip.
Uh-huh.
I got some credit from the airline, and I decided to do something with that. So then
let's go to Ukraine, go to the
go
nuclear
to
wasteland. It
Ukraine,
makes
yes.
sense. It's similar to Alaska.
similar to Alaska. That's funny.
We're measuring the hotspot now, and right now it's 1.03 microsieverts an hour, which is the highest we've seen so far. Nowhere near what it can be in a plane, but down there it's getting around 10. So we'll see what happens when we measure it. Do you want to measure it?
No. You do it.
Having her son measure the radioactive hotspot. Is this actually?
Yeah.
It came to this many years later.
I'm going to get back to you for taking me here.
Imagine when I was in kindergarten that this many years later you'd be sending me off to measure a radioactive hotspot.
Do it.
This is exactly where you do not want to dig and eat the dirt.
Oh, right.
Because that's actually the main danger. It's not the actual exposure we're getting now. It's getting the...
Almost at 10.
Let's go. 10.
8. You're going to get it. It should be like a competition or something. Who can get the most? They have like a leaderboard. 9.26. I want to get over 10. 9.5, 9.71. Oh, it's 10. 10.0, 10.0, 10.3, 10.4, 10.6. Can I hit 11? 11, 11.2. 11.6, 0.8. 12, 12. Oh my God. What do you think? We're over 12. We're going to approach 13. 13.1. It's just climbing and climbing. We're going to hit 14. Oh my God. Yeah, he's getting away.
Yeah, I am too.
15.
I'm going to go look at the other thing. Okay, that's enough.
No, 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 no. That's not enough. It's a 16.5. Okay, we got it as high as 16.7. What do you think? 16.7. Do I win?
Is it still on there or not?
Oh, it's much lower now. Now it's like 2.3. It's still pretty high, actually.
How long it held?
Yeah, now it's only 2.29. It's like we're on a not too high altitude airplane. It was Kapochi, or Kopachi, and it was buried, actually. They have all these buildings were buried. You see the nuclear warning sign there. So you can imagine, that building's still there, but whole village are just decimated and just buried underground. We got our first view of reactor number 4. There's a new safe confinement. And when I was here 5 years ago, they had the old building, the old sarcophagus that was constructed to last, not really that long, and that was 30 years after the accident. And they built that gigantic, huge structure there that they actually moved on hydraulics over because radiation was too high to build it on site. So you got to actually see this in person.
I really can't believe it. I've seen the picture of this so
Yeah.
often. I can't believe I'm actually seeing it.
And we're going to get even closer. We're going to get much, more. We're not going to get to go inside it, unfortunately. But I would love.
Fortunately.
The birthday cake will be inside inside the new safe confinement.
I guess I get no birthday cake this year.
Before we head to the reactor, we're going to eat, and they're going to check and see if we're radioactive or not. Another kiosk with souvenirs and touristic stuff in the canteen, right next to the place to check for radiation.
Yes, you can take any free. You go to the second floor right now and take your food.
Без сметана.
Хорошо.
Да, спасибо. How are you liking your food?
It's fine.
So this is Chernobyl cafeteria food. So the reason that Mom hesitated for several years to visit is because she was very justifiably afraid of the bathroom situation. And
Okay, I just went to the bathroom. It could have been worse, but there was toilet paper at least, but it had no seat. But it wasn't a squatty potty, but it's no seat, and it wouldn't flush. That was the worst part.
a lot of Chernobyl dogs around here. Very close to new safe confinement. Oh, yawn, yawn. This used to be much more radioactive before the new safe confinement was up. Now, granted, it started beeping right when I said it used to be more radioactive. We're about 1.3 microsieverts an hour right now, more or less. We'll see if it gets higher as we get a little closer. It is. They said not to go any further than the monument. Just a comment, we can't go any further than this. At the monument, we're at like 2.05 microsieverts an hour. I imagine just going over there, it's going to probably take it up to 2.3 or 2.4 or something. When I was here before, they didn't have that structure up, and I found out that it took 2 weeks for them to move that. It was a cost of 2.1 billion euros. And one thing I just want to be clear about, we're talking about, when we have fun things going on right now, like a dog playing with people and everything. Obviously, this was a tragedy. I'm probably going to put some clickbait title like, taking my mom to Chernobyl or, something like this. But this was really actually, a lot of people got messed up. A lot of people got cancer. A lot of people died. And, the way radiation works, it doesn't, give you superpowers or something. It just makes you sick.
Go to the next group.
Yeah, just the next group.
Like adoration.
This one.
He's like, yeah, off I go, more cuddles.
It's like, I want attention. I want cuddles. Yeah, maybe Chernobyl dogs don't have so bad of a life, actually. There is currently a train going by we're being told not to take pictures of, so I'm not going to turn the camera around. And basically there's now a lot of transportation of radioactive waste around Pripyat and Chernobyl, so this is actually giving a lot of restrictions on tourism over the next 10 years. For point of reference, we're in front of the famous Pripyat sign right now. Everyone's taking smiling selfies. And I don't...
Smile.
Oh, yeah, I
That
did.
was good.
We're not looking at the train, we're looking at this because we don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't smile either in my selfie. We're moving very, very quickly through everything, and so I didn't get to say a few important things in front of the new safe confinement. Basically, the old structure was extremely unstable, was just built there kind of temporarily and very quickly, and Soviet Union collapsed, and then, you know, all the financial resources that were needed to make a new structure weren't there. So the current structure was 2.1 billion euros, and all kinds of countries had to contribute to the funds to make this thing. And the main thing is keeping all the dust from going out. So there could be another big disaster if something happens and dust goes flying everywhere. So I think the new structure is supposed to go up until like 2116, and hopefully everything gets cleaned up in time. Now, it's gone up a bit. It's 1.91 now, 1.92 here. This is music to my ears. Listen to all the Geiger counters going off. Do you like this? Do you find a good one over there? What's your number?
I got up to like 17 over here.
17? Okay, I like 17. I got it up to 16.8
Around
previously.
8, it gets up to 21.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to beat my high score. You want to try it? No, we got it stuck around 20.
I got a
So,
picture of it.
well, that's a record, 20.
It's a personal best.
Personal best. Yeah, that guy beat me at the 30-something. We found our first hammer and sickle. How do you feel about this?
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot more. I mean, it's. You said you have any emotional reaction to this, or?
I don't really.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I've been watching all those bald videos.
So,
Yeah.
watch Bald and Bankrupt videos, and you're going to be cured of any fear of the Soviet Union, right?
Right, exactly.
Legendary Bold and Bankrupt.
He is, isn't he?
I'm the one that told him about it.
Yeah, she's the one that introduced me to it. And we're actually in Pripyat now, so there were about 50,000 people that lived here before it was abandoned. It's about 0.7 microsieverts an hour. Hotel Policia, which this may be the last time we ever see this because it's about to collapse. The tour guide was saying probably very soon it's going to be gone. Apparently, this is one of the most hot spots. Yeah, I won't stay too long. It's shooting 26, 31, 30, 40, 50, 9800, 120. It's going to get higher than this, and I think it's going to get like close to 1,000, but I'm going to kind of stop right there. Right? How high is it now? What are you getting it to?
1200.
Is it over 1,000? Oh, it's
Yeah,
1,200. Oh my God. Mom, think it's a competition or a radiation measuring game, you know,
Yes, like you
amongst
guys-
men.
Yeah, you men are saying, oh, who has the highest radiation number?
It's so true. I have more microsieverts per hour than you do.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is bigger than yours.
Right next to that really hot spot, we have Soviet Valenka Kishenya. About the same level of cleanliness as normal Valenka Kishenya. Oh, come on. Yeah, the only thing it's missing is the pig noses, right?
How about those, what is it, pig legs?
Oh, there's like chicken feet and
Yeah,
chicken heads
yeah.
and things in Valenka Kishenya, so. We were by the famous Ferris wheel. I want to fly my drone. I think someone's flying an Inspire too. It's like super fancy drone. I wish I had one like that. Yeah, you can like almost shoot movies with that. Like
We
not
only
quite.
have 10
but-
minutes, Bill.
There's now 3 drones flying. There's a guy watching the one play music, another guy hanging around the Ferris wheel, and then me up there. I didn't get to say too much in this iconic place because I was rushing to get a couple of drone shots. Now there's literally 4 drones flying. Did you like this? I mean, obviously
Yeah,
this is a
of course.
symbol of
Oh, yeah.
Chernobyl.
Well, that's the iconic spot, the the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, the abandoned Ferris wheel.
Right.
Did you jump in the bumper cars?
No.
Firefighters Monument. So this is titled "To Those Who Saved the World," and that's in Ukrainian. You can see feet. That's a world, and toe. It's probably similar to toe in Polish. And this is dedicated to all the workers, not just the firefighters, but everyone who was involved in saving it. Right up ahead, there's a truck full of radioactive waste and old vehicles. It's a reality, the exclusion zone. This is in the town of Chernobyl. And we're getting pretty low radiation, only like 0.16 microsieverts an hour. That's totally fine. Tour guide Igor here is taking my SD card to actually what used to be the old KGB building to make sure I didn't do anything shady with my drone. So we're still in the small town of Chernobyl, which is actually still functioning. There's still people who live here who are workers, and it seems to be kind of a strange place. Like you're not allowed to go after 11 p.m. and before 6 a.m. You can't drive a car after 8 p.m. And there's still a lot of kind of cool stuff here, so we're gonna check it out.
Children here, they're all workers.
Oh yeah. So it's a company town, kind of almost. I don't know if I want to quite call it that. Maybe there's a company store, you know. Memorial to all the villages that were abandoned, not just people. These are whole Buddha. It's the Buddha's here. It's a Klinka Horochan. I'm sure with my bad pronunciation. Zamushnya Zimovishche. I don't know, this just goes on and on. Like, look, these are a lot of villages.
Flowers.
Yeah, there's people leaving flowers, probably who had relatives in the village or were themselves in the village. These very well-fed dogs keep following us, wanting some more snacks. Oh yeah, they are. They can get back on the bus with us.
Okay, so my territory.
Oh. Yeah, the dog owns that monument. And the KGB buildings over there. Did I have any strange stuff on my drone shots? We'll find out in a second. So, everything's okay? Nothing illegal? Okay, great. Thank you. I will take my SD card back. Chornobyl sign. So, you know, in English we tend to call it Chernobyl, but the original, Russian, it's a little bit different. Hammer and sickle and everything. Everyone taking selfies. So we found a little tortoiseshell cat, and I got some cat food. I didn't bring the dog food. Time to go home. Thank you. Hopefully that was fun and interesting. And I'm recording this now in Poznan because we were so tired when we actually filmed that we didn't have the energy to record an outro. We just fell asleep. So the actual tours, whenever they resume them, are quite exhausting, to be honest. So I'm gonna just post a couple more videos from this time when my mom was in Kiev before the invasion, and then we're gonna go to completely different topics. So it'd really help if you like, comment, subscribe, all the standard sort of stuff. And next video is gonna be in Borshigovka.